YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I have a video for y'all. I wanted to discuss the controversy, the big hoopla around the gaming awards. So I decided let's do like a live voting and we can just sit here, talk, discuss. Y'all can write down below what y'all feel, what y'all think, what y'all believe in. If y'all agree, if y'all don't agree, y'all can write that down below. And let's just talk and see what's going on. I do have a PSA for y'all. A lot of the content on the channel has slowed down, even on the Twitch channel. One, I've been sick, as y'all probably can hear, nose stuffy. Been just sleeping and trying to get it all out of my system. I'm feeling a little better, slightly better. I'm still sick though, so that's been one thing. A lot of y'all may or may not know, my computer PC totally conked out on me. Not working, won't even start up anymore. It's totally conked out. And right now, do not have the money to be buying a whole new gaming PC. Hopefully, next year, by the beginning of the next year, no later than the middle of next year, I'll be able to put out the money to just buy a whole new PC. I really don't feel like putting one together by hand, but hey, we'll see what we'll see what happens. We'll see what I do. But that's why a lot of the content on the channel has slowed down. Still will be trying to put out content, doing a lot of my recording, streaming off of my Mac. But we'll see. Hopefully everything goes smooth and we could get that back on track. But let's jump into the video. Let's see what's the hoopla around the gaming awards. All right, let's go to vote. We're gonna view all categories because I do want to do game of the year last. I think that's where everything, all the hoopla is centered around. So we got best esports team, recognizing a specific esports team, not the full organization. Judged the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2024. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know most of these people at all. I heard of Gen G and I heard of Team Liquid. I'm just somebody gonna be hold here. I'm sorry, y'all may be a lot more well equipped than I am on this, but I'm gonna go Gen G. Next category. Oh wait, we gotta do previous. Best esports athlete. Haven't heard of any of these. I'm not tapped in like this. I'm gonna go with boy Faker because he got a dope name. Oh, you can always change your vote too. So we can go back. Best esports game. I don't watch any of these. Counter-Strike 2, I heard was trash. So it's between League of Legends, Dota, and Valorant. And I'm gonna go Valorant because people I know play it. That's the only reason why I'm going Valorant. Content creator of the year. I know Queso. I've heard of Queso. I'm kind of surprised that like for a streamer, a content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2024. I'm surprised there ain't nobody I really like bangs with here. We just go Queso because I know of Queso. Not really tapped into content creator, especially once you content creator yourself. You don't really be tapped in like that. Recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. For me, it's between Monster Hunter Wilds and Grand Theft Auto 6. I might go with Grand Theft Auto 6. Even though I love Monster Hunter Wild, but I'm going with Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to beat Grand Theft Auto 6. And they got you could be a crash out in Florida. Who don't want that? Best adaptation. Recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. I haven't seen Knuckles. Like a Dragon, Yakuza. Arcane is dope. That's Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider, the Legend of Lara Croft. I'm sorry, but I'm going Fallout. Fallout was amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. Got the whole family hooked on it. Even got my girl hooked on it. And she's never even played Fallout. And she absolutely loved the series also. I'm going Fallout. Fallout really did it. Really did it. Like they did their thing. And I'm sorry, a little biased. I actually really like That's multiplayer. But outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I enjoy Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It's not the best Call of Duty and is by far not the best shooter. Really and truly, Helldivers 2 is better than Call of Duty 6. Super Mario Party Jamboree. I don't really play the Mario Party games and don't really have a group to play it. I wouldn't mind playing them one day. So can't really speak on that. Tekken 8. I haven't dived into it. I do enjoy watching Tekken 8 though. I do enjoy it. And Warhammer 40 Space Marine. I hear it's good. Everybody tells me it's really, really good. And I'm thinking about maybe picking it up if it drops down in price a little bit more. Might pick it up. If I would have to go off of what I played and enjoyed, don't get me wrong, I would go Helldivers 2, even though they reverted what they did with making people have to sign up or something like that. That probably would take it out for me. It's between Tekken 8 and Space Marines. I'm not too tapped in on Space Marines, so I'm gonna just go with Tekken 8. Because I do enjoy watching Tekken 8. Okay? Okay? Okay. Best sports racing. Best sports / racing. For the best traditional, non-traditional sports and racing game. Get this shit up out of here. I'm sorry. 2K will never win with me. They'll never win. 2K will never win with me. 2K has, and I'm not going to make this a 2K video because we can easily make it a 2K video. I will not make it a 2K video, but I will have to be honest. The problem that 2K has is, one, the company itself is absolutely money hungry. Absolutely money hungry. They rather worry about microtransactions, charging for every little thing. They damn near got to pay $100 for a new player, just so he could play and be decent and take them online. And they don't fix anything correctly. The game is essentially a reshade of the last year's game, which I've always said has been a problem with their games. It's no reason why a basketball game should be coming out every year. They should take all of their resources, put it in one, and let them focus on a game for at least 2 years. 2 to 3 years, we should be getting a new 2K. We shouldn't be getting a new 2K every year. They drop the game, they release it. Well, before they drop it, they do all this talking, all this hyping up, especially Mike Wang on Twitter, do all this talking, all this hyping up. And the game, trying to get you excited for the game. The game finally drops, everybody goes silent. All the people are now starting to be moved over into the new game, 2K26, that they're working on right now. And 2K20, the newest game kind of falls behind. They'll try to patch it, try to keep it together here and there. It totally loses its identity. It loses what the game was trying to do, trying to be about. All the new stuff that they implemented is never implemented right, especially when the fact that you're implementing it on a game that's from last year. It's a mess. It's a shit show, a dumpster fire. And then the community is just as bad and they contribute just as much to the problems and issue with the game. Hell no. Not never, never, never voting 2K. I'm gonna vote Topspin 2K25. I did enjoy Topspin. I never played F1 24. And I'm not a big soccer guy, but I did enjoy Topspin 2K25. So they got my vote. They got my vote. I was playing that heavy for like a week. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Best sim strategy, best game focused on real time or turn-based simulation or strategy and gameplay, irrespective of platform. This is not me kind of thing. Some of these probably are cool and maybe I'll get into it. I never thought I'd be into Baldur's Gate, like one of those overhead like RPGs, but absolutely love Baldur's Gate. So maybe one day I'll try one of these games. Frostpunk 2 always seems to be the most interesting to me. I've never played this. I haven't even seen it. I may look up some videos. We'll see. But Frostpunk 2 is gonna get my vote. Best family. The best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Honestly, on this group here, Lucky Spire, I see a lot. I'm going Astrobot though. Astrobot, shout out to the content creator. Always love his videos, love his channel. X Chase Money, was watching him play Astrobot. Astrobot just seemed like good old fun. And honestly, all these other games are cool. I'm not saying that they're bad games. I haven't played any of these in this category, but I've watched Astrobot, and Astrobot seems pretty dope. I'm gonna go with Astrobot. Best fighting. The best game design primarily around head-to-head combat. Now, let's talk. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I haven't. It came out around the time where a lot of other games came out. The Call of Duties, still on 2K, Metaphor Refantasio. Love it. Just so many different things dropping. Dragon Age. It's alright. And it just came out at a bad time. It does. Well, I will say, if you played Budokai, you play all the old Dragon Ball Z games, it does scratch that itch. Dragon Ball Z, though, has some very blaring issues, which anybody who's tapped into that community also knows, also would say, between people rage quitting, between, like, it's clear characters that you should be playing, should be using, and then the ones that are trolls are like sometimes seems completely broken and overpowered. A lot of mechanics that just don't work in the game. I'm not saying everybody should be on the basis same level, but it's clearly some things in that game which are like, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't. You should know that this would clearly be a problem is in this game, and that's my problem with the game, honestly and truly. If it was more polished, I would definitely say Dragon Ball Z Sparking. Didn't play. Gotta love the Marvel series. Multiverse was cool, but it has the same problems that Multiverse had when it came out the first time. Like, it's the same thing. And Tekken 8 is a monster, and Sorry, I'm gonna have to go Tekken 8. I'm not a big fighting game person, but I really enjoy watching people play Tekken 8. Like high level Tekken 8 gameplay seems it's like the most interesting. Only other game that's up there for me like that would be Street Fighter, of course. Best RPG. For the best game design with rich character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experience. Oh, I can see why we have some issues. I can see why we have some issues. Dragon Dogma 2. Love Dragon Dogma 2. Love Dragon Dogma. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree. Loved it too. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Love that game also. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I didn't play it. Hear great things about it though. I do want to pick it up. And Metaphor Refund. I'm gonna save the discussion for most likely game of the year because I can already see and of course already know what they have done. So I'm gonna save the discussion for game of the year. But out of this group, and for Refantazio, I'm sorry. I love Atlas games, my personal bias, and this game is really, really amazing. Dragon Dogma 2 is great. Elden Ring Shadow of Erd Tree is great. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is great. But Metaphor Refantazio, I I I I honestly want to forget most of the game so I can go back and play it. Like really and truly. Best action and adventure. The best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. Star Wars Outlaws, hell no. Didn't play Silent Hill 2. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Here was cool, but I'm a fan of the older Prince of Persias and never played The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. I'm going with Astrobot. Going with Astrobot. Very simple. I had to do it. Best action game. Primarily focused on action. We have Black Myth Wukong. Amazing game. Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Most likely I would say this is be more focused on like the story too. I'm not really focused on the multiplayer. With Black Ops, I haven't played this the story. Always on the multiplayer. It's cool, but it's not winning it for me. Helldivers 2, great game. They're not gonna get any votes because of what they did. And you know, when you mess with the fan base, when you just do stuff just for the sake of doing stuff, you gotta pay the consequences. They're the Blade. No, you know. You know. The Space Marine, Warhammer Space Marines. Like I said, didn't play it. I'm going Black Myth Wukong. The game everybody waited for when they first seen it being announced years and years ago. Black Myth Wukong came out. Absolutely amazing game. Enjoyed it. Had fun with it. It's not as hard as a Souls like, but it has elements of a Souls like. It's just good old fun, good old fighting, good old beat 'em up using a monkey. You gotta love it. Black Myth Wukong has my vote. That's VR/AR. Didn't play it. All the people I know are. I haven't used my VR headset in a forever. And honestly, if you throw me one, I'll chill. I don't mind. You can throw me one. Somebody could throw me a computer too while you at it. But I'll go with Batman Arkham Shadow. Everybody's playing it. All the people I know and watch have made videos, and it seemed cool enough. VR is we still got a long way, but it can be fun. Some of the games I know I played the Walking Dead. Walking Dead is fun, and it's a lot though. Like you gotta I gotta take my time. I play it and then I gotta take the headset off for a while because it's kind of weird not being present. I'm still getting personally used to that, but Batman can take that. Best mobile game. AFK Journey, didn't play it. Balatro, I have a viewer that comes into my chat from time to time. He's been here for a long time. Shout out to you, Arachnid. He comes in, he's been telling me about Balatro. I haven't played it. He says it's amazing. I haven't played it. Pokemon has been taking over, but for the viewer, shout out to you. We're gonna go Balatro. Best debut indie. Pacific Drive seems cool. Mandalore seems cool. Plucky Squire seems cool. I'm going Balatro again. Shout out to you, my boy. Best independent game. All these are cool. Never played any of them. We're going Balatro again. Shout out to you. Best community support. Recognize a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game update and patches. Man, this is a tough group. Not big on Fortnite. Helldivers 2. You know what you did. Final Fantasy. I actually do enjoy Final Fantasy. I just hate that you gotta pay for it. Like, I absolutely hate that you gotta pay for it. If it was a free to play, I would be on it all the time. I just don't have it in me to pay $14 a month for a game to play a game. Like, I'm pretty sure the people who have played Final Fantasy have spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and it's just so time consuming. I just can't, like, I can't pay that and then not play it. Like, it's just kind of crazy. It's between Baldur's Gate and No Man's Sky for me. I might go with No Man's Sky. I love Baldur's Gate. I haven't finished the game yet. And I think Baldur's Gate 3 is absolutely better than No Man's Sky. Trust and believe. It is. It is 100% better than No Man's Sky. But No Man's Sky, the way they drop full updates on their game, full updates, whole new gameplay mechanics, whole new worlds, whole new things to do for free. You can't beat that. Like, No Man's Sky every month is a different game. Like, I'm sorry. I had to go there. That's ongoing. Only one in this category that I really still play is Diablo 4, which Diablo 4, I'ma give it to you. But your game is lacking. Like, your game is lacking. It's the same. I don't care how you rehash it and how much you change. It's the same grind, same issues, same problems. Mythic uniques are ridiculous to try to get. I still haven't gotten it. One specific one, it was the chess piece. I still haven't gotten it to drop itself for me. I have gotten it by other means and other ways, but I haven't still gotten it to drop for me. Diablo 4 has some clear, blatant problems, but it's the only one that I really play. I would give it to Final Fantasy 14, but like I said, I just don't agree with making people pay every month to play. I never will agree with that. Games for impact. Didn't play any of these. I'm going with Tales of Kinzera because it's by a black guy. It's plain and simple. My thought process. Innovation and accessibility. Recognize the software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. I'm gonna go Dragon Age because how inclusive they are is pretty amazing. But Dragon Age, let me holler at you. The problem that I have with Dragon Age, the Veilguard, is that it's clear and blatant problems, and it seems like their focus was on inclusivity, which I don't mind. I want everybody who feel like they can play a game and make the character that they want. Um, take a game for example, like Cyberpunk. I don't need the game to go outright and say what gender I am. I don't need it to say. I mean, I don't mind he him and they and I don't mind all those things. I really don't. I don't think it is like it's only a couple lines of coding to put in and just choosing your pronouns and things like that. Those things are fine. I don't need it to be a big factor in the game though, because essentially you could just make a character and just make him, her, or whatever you decide to go by that, and that should be just make it character, like make a character. I want the game to focus on this world and this world building in the world that is already established. I think Dragon Age Valgar misses those points where it's wonderful the inclusivity they have, absolutely wonderful. I feel like we as a people have progressed far enough, so you should be able to play how you want. You should be able to love who you want. You should be able to choose who you want. You should be able to be with who you want. You should be able to do anything that you want. I believe that wholeheartedly. Cool, but I also need my developers to focus on the world that is in. Those are parts of a game. Those are not the whole of a game. And I feel like a lot of times Dragon Age Velgar just seems like it just falls apart in every other area. Sometimes side quests are very lackluster. Sometimes the dialogue is very lackluster. Sometimes the choices can be very lackluster. So far to me, I'm still in the beginning stages of the game. It can seem very lackluster. Sometimes I just feel like I'm just a person in the world, but things happening around me. I don't even understand what makes my character so special. Like why am I the leader of this group just because of my backstory and what I did? And where did these powers that I have even come from? Maybe they explain it deeper in the game. The combat is excellent, but it's a lot of things that they could have worked on Dragon Age Valguard. Love the inclusivity of it though. I do believe it's a step above and beyond, but man, I feel like it misses on a lot of other points. I'm gonna just be honest. I really do. But it has my vote because it's definitely innovative in what they've done, and I do enjoy that. I do feel like games need that. Best performance, somebody's going to get hold. I'm gonna let you know. Rihanna, I would go humbly. Would go humbly. But that Star Wars Outlaws is ass. So you got it, Brianna. Best audio design, Final Fantasy Rebirth. I think Astrobot music is pretty amazing too, but Final Fantasy Rebirth of their music. Oh, best score music. Metaphor Refantasio. I'm sorry. That man be yelling on them tracks. I absolutely love it. Sorry, my bias. I don't care. That's art direction. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. It might be Black Myth Wukong because those cut scenes in Black Myth Wukong, oh my god, they have some of the best, like like end of chapter cutscenes, some of the best artwork, and they're all different. Like I have to go Black Myth. I love the artwork in Metaphor Refunds. I just think it's the greatest game ever, really and truly. But it can't compete. That like that they have claymation, they have Border pain, like they went in. They went in. Best narrative. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is, I think the narrative is great. It's essentially Final Fantasy VII remix. You know, it's different, but it's still Final Fantasy VII. And I am biased. Metaphor Refantasio. Sorry. Best game direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Sorry. My bias is showing. I know it is. Game of the year. Here we go. We have Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor Refantasy. Now, this is what has been driving people crazy, where all the discussion has been around, and I was going to talk about it, but we could have talked about it before with another category, but I think it's most appropriate to talk about this now in this category here. People are going crazy because of specifically Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. One of the best DLCs I've ever played. I love Elden Ring itself. One of the best games that I've ever played. And Elden Ring Shadow of Erdtree took Elden Ring, the base game, and just totally expanded on it, made it better, and also found ways to even take your super OP character and make him not as OP anymore, which I believe, like, I absolutely was astounded on how they did it, because most places, most of the time, you get a DLC, and if you use the character that you're using in the base game, you could just steamroll right through the DLC. Put your character from the base game. Elden Ring made it so that's not going to happen, and it didn't happen. And are arguably one of the most annoying and hardest end bosses ever, really and truly. With all that said, all the praise that I have for Elden Ring and Elden Ring Shadow of Erdtree. Excuse me. Elden Ring and the Shadow of Erdtree. DLCs will not be in the Game of the Year category. Absolutely not. Sorry. Absolutely not. The game itself is Elden Ring. Elden Ring has came out already. Elden Ring did not come out this year. DLC came out this year. The DLC is not its own game. It is Elden Ring. I believe Elden Ring will win this category though. We have people like Kai Cenat that have done marathons, and everybody was doing their own marathons and death runs and things like that to beat the final boss and beat the game and all that. And you have, like, specifically with Kai brings a group of people, a group of watchers, viewers that are not really gamers themselves. A lot of them being a lot younger, a lot of them being, into music, into rap, into R&B, into troll culture, into just his reach extends so far that a lot of these people who his reach reaches out to isn't really in gaming, but wanted to watch him because it was constant, and Kai was playing Elden Ring, and they have been introduced to Elden Ring. So this may be their first introduction to gaming, or first introduction to games of this category and games of this nature. And just because of that alone, will most likely win. Like, the reach Elden Ring had and for a DLC is absolutely amazing. I give it that. Like, it's absolutely amazing. And honestly, if it was just Elden Ring, then maybe I could let this slide. But I also do believe that this can start a nasty precedence of games that are not really new games, or games that have came out that's just DLCs of games that have come out years and years ago, and let's throw it in Game of the Year. Now, yes, this year has been kind of light as far as Game of the Year choices, but I don't want to start a nasty precedence where we could just throw a game in there because they dropped the DLC. Like, what reason does Elden Ring, just because of how great it is, yes, but what reason does Elden Ring have to be here over a game like, maybe say, for instance, when Cyberpunk dropped their DLC and totally overhauled their game? Yes, Cyberpunk had an abysmal release when it first came out, but by the time its DLC came out, it was a totally different game, totally amazing. DLC was about 20, 30, maybe 40 hours in itself, and it was absolutely fantastic and great. Added 2 to 3 different endings to the game. Absolutely great. Why didn't that get in the Game of the Year category when it dropped? I don't believe it should have. Same way I don't believe Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree should get Game of the Year or should be in this category, because it is not a new game. It is still Elden Ring. It is just DLC. Now, if they would have put this in ongoing, maybe. Maybe they might want to start on DLC category. I just believe this is totally unfair to games like Astrobot, Balatro, even though I don't think Balatro myself competes with anybody else in this category. Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Wukong. Also, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Don't get me wrong, I don't believe it needs to be here either, even though it's more acceptable than Elden Ring, Shadow of Erdtree, because it is a new game, but it's essentially a remake, rehash, retelling, new story of Final Fantasy VII. Like, Final Fantasy VII itself has already came out. This is also a part 2 from the first Final Fantasy VII remake. But I would be fine with putting Rebirth here over Shadow of Erdtree because it essentially is a different game. But yeah, I don't believe DLCs and remakes need to be in this category. I just don't. Shadow of Erdtree, yes, it being it being kind of different than what Elden Ring base game is, still Elden Ring, still just Elden Ring, and yeah, it may be longer than most. It may be longer than some games itself as a DLC. Still shouldn't be in this category. It's still just Elden Ring, and I see why the controversy and the hoopla all around it. I can see why, because I do believe it is a little unfair. Because honestly, Shadow of the Erdtree to me was it gets better than Black Myth Wukong. It gets better than Astrobot. And it don't be this to me. But that's also my bias. I will say it. But Shadow of Erdtree, I think it's very unfair. Like, I think it's very unfair. And I can see it. Honestly, I don't think anything in this category beats it just because of that's Elden Ring. Like, and that for that same reason, why it shouldn't be here. I'm voting Metaphor Refantasio. Bias is showing, my bias is showing, my bias is showing. But that's what I feel is my game of the year. Absolutely love the game. I've beat it, and I'll still go back to play it, the grind and stuff like that. And I can't wait for probably like a month or so to like go back into it, really and truly. But yeah, that's what I do believe that Shadow of Erdtree shouldn't be here. I really don't think it should be here at all. I really don't. It's this category. This category itself. It kind of just shits on everything in this category almost, especially to the masses. And I think that's pretty unfair. But those are my thoughts, my views, my opinions. If y'all have anything I want to say, disagree with me on as far as this group, as far as my votes, if y'all believe the one I'll totally hold somebody because I didn't know or wasn't hit the game, y'all can let me know. Put it down below in the comments. Please like and subscribe while you're here, while you're watching. Gonna be it. Peace.